Hi everyone, it's Kim from Affordably Crafty, and today we're going to be talking about no stitch marker, no problem. Unconventional stitch markers that we can use that we may already have at home if you don't have any fancy beaded ones. Hi, my name's Kim. If you're new here, my channel is all about learning how to stretch your craft dollar and be affordably crafty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please follow me on Instagram and join my Facebook group. So here I have a tin that had a cookie in it from Easter that I have put some items in that I use for stitch markers. Now, I like to use or reuse boxes for notions also. So this is one that I usually have a notion set in a project bag. And then this is one of my favorite things to use for notions. This is a staple box that opens like this. So it has like a little, it catches there so it doesn't open in my bag. And this is big enough to put a darning needle in and some stitch markers, and I use a flat tape measure in here, not one of those round ones. For when I do, you know, something that comes free with purchase that I just reuse. So there's a staple thing on it too. All right, so unconventional stitch markers. So I am starting to make my own, and I will get into that in another video. But I know that people have seen previously on a lot of videos that you can use a contrasting color of yarn. So you don't want to use something the same color. So if this was the color of your yarn you're using, you want to use something that's contrasting so you can see where it is and doesn't get lost in your stitch work. So I've used that as a stitch marker. I have used a piece of, this is lace for a stitch marker before that I've tied on. Now this is just from Dollar Tree, left over from another project that I did. I have used twine before for a stitch marker. One of my favorite things to use is a little piece of pipe cleaner. So what I do is I take a pipe cleaner and I cut it down with wire cutters. And then what I just do is you can do this, make like a little V with it. I don't have to worry about tying it, and it just sticks onto the project because it has the little fuzzies. So yes, I love to use little pieces of pipe cleaner for stitch markers. Another favorite of mine is this, you cannot see that, hold on. This that comes on bread, like the old school like trash paper tie or whatever. Those are great too because they just go right in, you can bend them. You can even just give it like one twist and then it's gonna stay on. And I know you guys have those lying around the house. On that same idea, this is also another good one, which is the bread clip. That makes a pretty good stitch marker. However, I would not use this on like a fine or a one-weight yarn because the hole is too big up top there and it will fall off. So I use this probably for 4-weight and above, sometimes 3-weight as a stitch marker. Other things I've used. So I have used these nice big, can't think of the name of this right now, pin thing. Can't think of the name. You know what I'm talking about. Safety pin. There you go, safety pin. Big one like this, or they come in different sizes if you have some more fine work going on. So I have like these, and these are things that just come off. I do a lot of consignment sale shopping, and a lot of people for kids' clothes, and they attach them with this. So I just have a huge bin of these at home. Something like this in the past. So this is a clip that came off of a picture frame for the Dollar Tree that I repurposed into a DIY. And this literally, so you just open up the ball safety pin and it looks like that. This is what I typically use just to make a quick stitch marker with a letter bead to attach to a project to know which hook size I'm using. Or a number bead, just slides right on there and closes up, and then you have no chance of forgetting what size hook is in there, and you don't have to leave the hook with your project bag, which I love. I have used a hair clip like this before as a stitch marker. Just clip it on. Put it on there, and I don't even know where I got this from. This may have been like a roadside freebie or something. I have used, not as big as this, I couldn't find the smaller ones at the house, but I have used binder clips before as stitch markers. So when I use an elastic, what I do is I just slip it around the yarn like this, pull it through, and then your stitch marker's on. Super easy and something that most people have at the house. I've also used binder clips before. These are from Dollar Tree. They come in a couple of different sizes. I think there might be 12 or 15 in a package of these. And they just open and they close shut, and those aren't going to accidentally pull apart in your bag. Good old hair clip. Tons of these lying around because of my daughter. You can also use these to hold your skein together, so it's not a huge tangled mess in your bag. I also have used bobby pins. Those slide right on. And the good old, get these things out of the bin. Paper clip. That will just slide right on. This is again something I could put a letter bead on and then attach, the bigger one, not the tiny one, to my project if I didn't have those ball pin things. This is just a singleton of a lever back earring, and that is an amazing stitch marker, and they're also kind of pretty. Vintage ones of these are actually one of my favorite things to find and use, because you can generally get them pretty cheap because not a lot of people are looking for lever back earrings nowadays. Or you could just buy the lever back finding. And then this is good for people that have like RA and stuff and have less mobile fingers because it's easy to open and close. Unlike this, which is on a lot of stitch markers, the lobster claw clasp. Obviously it's a little bit more difficult because I don't have anything on the bottom of it, but those can be kind of tricky for people sometimes. And then I also have used ribbon. And if you want to fancy up one of these, so you take a bobby pin, and then I'm going to take this button that has a hole on it like this in the back, hold on, like that, oh, you can't see that, like this, and you're just going to slide this over that, and now you have a little bit fancier stitch marker. You can also use this as a page marker or a bookmark. I forgot another one. So this is the stretchy thing that comes with the pot holder loom. These make great stitch markers because they come in pretty bright colors. Right now I'm going to lay these all out and give it a final count. So here we have 25 different options for you to use if you don't have a stitch marker handy. One of the fancy beaded ones or ones that are pre-made from the store. So let me know if you guys have done any more adventurous, unconventional stitch marker usage. And if you have come up with anything to use that I didn't show today. So again, 25 different options for it. If you can't find a stitch marker, no problem. Thanks for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe so your friends can learn how to be affordably crafty too. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.